Live from beautiful Ohio, it's the OK Boomer podcast, featuring siblings, the real Jean and Laura.
Hello, I'm Jean.
And I'm Laura, and we are here to encourage all you boomers, millennials, and everyone in between to be happily okay together. Now, you maybe can tell, Jean, I'm a little nasally today. Throwing out a disclaimer. All you listeners, put on your masks.
Right, yes, we advise wearing a mask during this podcast.
Yes, kind of have a cold, but I can smell and I can taste, and I'm sipping my maple bourbon coffee, and it tastes delicious. So I think I've just got a cold.
Yeah, so get better. Are you sure you feel happily okay?
I do, because I'm talking to you and we're doing a podcast. Always makes me happy.
Oh, I know. I'm pumped up. Well, as promised in our last podcast, yes, I said I had a special note to share with you.
You did. And are we sharing it?
We're sharing it because I think this will be a good way to lead into because I really want to hear about your week, because you've been away and doing lots of things. So I really want to hear about that, but I just think this is a great lead into that. Okay?
All right. The big segue.
Yeah. So here's the special note.
Yes.
It was written by our dear mother.
Our mother, Lois.
Yes. Yay for Lois.
Yeah.
I would say probably not too long before she passed away, just because some of the spelling isn't right and there's some cross outs, and so it might have been a little tough for her. But I thought you'd get a kick out of this. Okay? All right, here it is. At the top of this page, and I should just say the reason I got it is I was going through boxes that I had saved from when we moved her things, when we cleared her house and moved her things. And in my current move, I was going through some boxes to see what was in them, and I found the note. So that's how I have this note.
How fun. All right.
Yeah, it was fun. Wednesday, the 25th. That's at the top of the page.
Aw.
It says, go to Florida, 7:30 a.m. So as you will see as I read this, she apparently has talked to you, I guess, on the phone, and she's trying to write down your schedule so she will know it.
Okay.
So here's your schedule, Laura, just in case you wonder what your life was like then.
I know, way back then.
And still is. Go to Florida, 7:30 a.m.
Okay.
Till July 1st, which is a Tuesday. It also says plane. So I guess you were going on a plane to Florida.
Okay.
July 1st, Tuesday. And then she has your younger daughter's name there.
Okay.
Take your younger daughter straight from airport to lakeside.
I'll be darned.
Then you will drive the first or second home, but you will be home on the second. Then you're going up on the third or early on the fourth. And then you're taking your younger daughter to Indiana on the 5th.
Oh, gosh. I do actually.
Does that ring a bell?
It amazingly, I can't remember what I did yesterday, but yes, this rings a bell. I had daughters on a jump rope team, and I can remember competitions in Orlando, and then we met the rest of the family in Lakeside, and then I had to take the other daughter to a jump rope camp in Indiana. Oh, yes. I guess my life seems pretty calm right now.
I'm not sure it's calmed down very much. You're a great mom. You get it done, don't you?
Well, and I actually love doing all of that. I mean, that was my life, just taking my kids everywhere. And now
But it was hard for mom to keep up. I don't blame her. I would have had to write a note too to keep up with you. So how was your week?
That's actually
maybe you want to write it down so someone will find it.
That's right. I'll just put the whatever date it is today, which nobody knows dates anymore. Even my wonderful millennial children will say, "What day is it?" So that makes me feel a little better. It's not just
right.
boomers.
You really don't know.
Well, really good. I got a lot of stuff has happened, and I actually have some questions for you, because my darling younger daughters always have things that I don't know about. I learn. It's very educational. And the one, she actually left about a week ago to go back home to the San Francisco Bay Area. But it's always fun to hear what she's talking about. So we were at a dinner right before she left. At our house. We just had a nice little home meal. And she shouts out in the middle of dinner, "Which way do you shower?"
Oh, I thought she was going to shout out that the oven was on fire.
Cute, Jane.
No, so she asked, which way do you shower?
And, well, we all put our forks down and looked at her and said, "What are you talking about?" And she said, "Showering. Do you face the shower for the most of the time, or do you stand away from it?" Fascinating question. I had never pondered in my life.
What a great question. Okay, so what did you all say?
Well, we were divided half and half. The OH and my daughter tend to stand away from the shower head, and my older daughter and I tend to stand in front. What say ye?
I would say, believe it or not, I've thought about this. I've never thought to ask anybody, but I would say I do both. Because how do you really get your hair rinsed?
Well, I tell you, I wash my hair parted down the middle, and I do side to side. So I'm facing the shower, and then I just half my head and half my head side to side. I'm a front forward facing shower person.
Front forward. Oh, well, I would say the majority of my time is backward facing.
This is just shocking.
But I rotate. I'm a rotator.
Yeah, I think a lot of people rotate, but I am stunned that most people face away. So, shocking, but true. All right, next.
So I suppose it's then doesn't the shower water get in your face a lot?
No, and that's what everybody who stands away says. But in fact, Jean, I have worn full makeup, mascara, eyeliner, the whole bit, taken a shower, facing forward, and been just fine. So there you have it.
This is fascinating. This might be the title of our podcast. Go on.
It might have to be. It's an important question. I think you should ask your OH. So
I will. You want me to do it right now or no?
No,
okay.
that's okay. Right. We won't bring them into it. All right. Next topic that my two daughters were so thrilled that they ordered these. So they so happily said, "I wonder when our flip sticks will come in." Do you know?
This is wonderful. This is fabulous. Did you say flip stick?
Yes, we can actually say this on our podcast, and it's legal. So do you know what a flip stick is?
Heavens, no, but I love it. What is it? I want one. Do I want one? That's okay. That's the first question. Would I want one or not?
Yes. Would you use it? Yeah, you probably would.
Oh my! How have I lived without it? Tell me.
Well, apparently it's this thing that adheres to the back of your phone, kind of like the back of a frame. You know how you could set a picture frame, the little back thing that holds it up, so you can have it on your desk and your phone can be held up like a picture frame, or it folds over flat and you can have it will stick to any surface but not hurt the surface. So if you want to just put it on your wall for safekeeping or your refrigerator.
Put what?
Your phone. Your phone. Like say you might have a spot on your wall that you just decide you want to store your phone there. It sticks to anything and then comes right off. Kind of like a command strip, but better.
Oh, a command strip that you could pull away. Is it primarily used for phones or is it used for other things?
I don't know about that. I think it's used for phones. So I think. So anyway.
I'm trying to say, why would I want to put my phone on the wall? I'm trying to think about that.
Yeah, I don't know. My daughter demonstrated it and she so happily put it on the refrigerator. And I thought, okay. I mean, I guess if you're talking in a room or you don't lose it on the counter, which I'm always losing my phone.
True.
But then I wouldn't want to be walking around my house looking at all my walls to see where I stuck it.
We would end up doing that, wouldn't we?
We would. We really would. All right, my last question.
Oh, well, just thought of something. Just a quick follow-up.
Yes.
Since you mentioned looking for your phones. And I don't know, we did talk about phone fear, so maybe we've already covered this, but yes. Okay, my poor memory. About how often a day do you misplace your phone? And go, I can't find my phone.
That's a
But then,
great question. What about you?
what was your answer?
No, I just said it's a great question.
I would say 5 times a day. Most of those times, though, I realize I have it in the charger. The biggest place to find it is, if you can't find it, is it's on the charger. That's what I find. It's very seldom in a bad place. It's just,
I
walk away from it.
Good for you. No, I would say I lose mine at least 6 to 7. And
it could be that. It a lot. Yeah.
A lot. My OH probably has to call me 6 times a day to find it. It could be anywhere. It could be in a coat pocket, a sweater pocket, my robe, the counter is black, my phone is black. It's always a guess. But mine is never in the charger.
Oh, okay. That's when I lose it. Right. It's because I've forgotten it's on the.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Dinner table.
So did we decide if you wanted a flick stick? I'm probably not a fan, but I'm going to look it up. It's not calling to me. Is it calling to you?
No, it is actually not calling to me. But at the same dinner, she asked one other question. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah. This is great.
It was an educational dinner. So she said she couldn't decide if she wanted something. This is the gal that's going to live in a Sprinter van. She couldn't decide if she wanted her bed hamburger or hot dog style. Again, I looked at
How do you even communicate with this dear child?
I know.
How could you even?
It's amazing she even converses with me and puts up with my quizzical looks all the time. But the older daughter looked right away at her and said, "Oh, I think hamburger would be fine." And my OH and I are just like, what are we talking about?
I've never heard that. And I actually kind of pride myself on being sort of with it. All right. Well, I guess I've lost that badge.
Yeah. Pride yourself no more. Hamburger versus hot dog.
I can't even guess. So she's in a van, and this is her van bed.
This is her bed that will be in her Sprinter van. And
let's just talk it through a minute before you tell me. So is it the shape, and how does the shape relate to a bed?
Yeah. And we struggled with this, and yet my other daughter is conversing with her just fine, and they're discussing the merits of each one.
All right, tell me. I'm down.
All right. Hamburger, of course, and I don't really get this, but I guess hamburger would be the width that your bed would be running, the width of your van. Hot dog, because a hot dog lays in the bun straight up and down, would be the length of the van.
Okay, that makes no sense to me.
Hamburger versus hot dog, and apparently this is a term millennials use all the time.
I'm not even gonna I'm not gonna put our listeners through me trying to understand this. So I'll just say okay.
Well, all right. So then I thought I had something that made me feel a little better being a boomer, but not really. We had to call a health insurance person the other day. We're switching the old health care.
Yeah.
Fine. I'm talking to this nice woman who I thought was close to my age, because I kind of know who she is. And of course, she needed my email. So I have my little email, and of course, it's at AOL.com. I see you're ahead of me on this. You don't have AOL. And I kind of chuckled with her and said, this gives away my age. You probably don't have many people who are AOL users. And she so sweetly and kindly, trying to make me feel better, said, "Oh, no, Laura, we actually have more than you think. Don't feel bad." And her answer to how many they have, mind you, this is a company and a business. They've got more than 3 clients. She said, "I think we have at least 3 or 4 other people." That did not make me feel great.
My husband's still AOL. I wonder if I don't think he deals with the same issue.
Yeah, it could be my OH, your OH, and me are the 3. So.
Yep, that could.
Anyway.
It probably makes not a whit of difference, right? I mean, no, yeah. That's all right.
So that way, I'll just babble on a little more.
No, please do.
Then I
love
want to hear
it.
about your week. So then we drove to Chicago last week, which was
Yes,
so
you
much
did.
fun because, of course, we got to see the baby.
Yes,
The little
you
baby
sent pictures.
girl. We have lots of pictures, and she's so cute because we last saw her when she was newborn. I mean, we picked her up from the hospital. So now she's 6 weeks old and just adorable. So we are in Chicago, loving on the baby. Of course, we're helping out by going to the grocery store. We have our little list. We're in a wonderful, modern, healthy foods grocery store.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yes, and the OH and I are really hungry for like a bird's eye steamed fresh vegetable.
I get it. Yes,
you get it.
That sounds funny, but I do get it.
And
yes.
We like the rice and the vegetables. They're just so easy. You pop them in, they steam up.
Absolutely. I get the mixed vegetables a lot and add them to many things.
Yes. Nothing like steamed fresh mixed vegetable over mashed potatoes, which would be Bob Evans mashed potatoes.
Yeah. So you're looking for this. You're in this swanky gourmet place.
Yes. Yeah. And we had to ask, do you have the steamed fresh? Well, no, of course they don't. And they looked at us a little shocked that we were even asking for bird's eye steamed fresh vegetables. So, okay, we're feeling a little embarrassed by this, but we managed to get just regular. I mean, they got a lot of fresh vegetables, so okay, we get it. Then we're in the checkout line. And mind you, everyone in this grocery is probably 35 and under. But we're doing okay.
They don't have AOL.
No, my dear.
These are all people who would not have AOL.
Right.
Got it. Okay,
so now we're in line trying to converse with the cashier. And I'm sure they could care less that we're chatting with them and trying to make conversation. And they're just kind of looking at us like wearing their little beanie cap. Like, why do I have to talk to these older people? But they did. Then the guy shouts out, "Plastic with your proteins." And my OH and I are like, plastic?
Hot dog or hamburger?
Exactly. So apparently when they shout out plastic with your proteins, do you want your proteins? You can't say your chicken breasts or your meats.
Right.
Do you want them just in a plastic bag? So now I'm hip and ready to go. If somebody shouts out plastic with your proteins, I know what to say.
And you would say yes, I assume?
Yes, I would say yes.
No.
So, yeah.
Can I interject something about grocery stores? Since you brought up the topic, which is one of our favorite topics of ours, I would think. If you look back, I had it on my list to tell you this.
Yes.
Two things about grocery stores I have to tell you. Okay, before I forget.
Okay.
How many times do you say that a day? How many times do you say that a day? I have to tell you this before I forget.
Oh, yeah, and it goes quickly, so go.
Yeah. The time is up. What? What was I gonna? All right. So remember we talked not too long ago about how our kids call and don't know where things are in grocery stores.
So true. So true.
Yeah. Remember we just talked about that. Well, I think I sort of know why, and maybe you've already figured this out. But just this past week, Laura, we signed up for Walmart Plus.
Which means?
Yes, which means there are two parts to it. It's actually a pretty good deal. Part one is, you pay a monthly fee. Of course, we got the first month free, right? They do all that.
Oh, yeah.
You pay a monthly fee, and you get free shipping from Walmart.com. So free shipping when you order online.
Uh-huh.
Like Amazon Prime.
Yep, competing with Amazon. All right.
Yes, exactly. The second thing is
Bum.
You get scheduled delivery from the grocery store, from your local store. So it's really fun. So their app is super simple to use. So you can schedule an exact time, within an hour. So like say we had last Sunday at 2:00. It probably came at 2:20. I mean, it was, and you can on the app, you can see the little car. These are done by more maybe kind of Uber, that kind of, contract people.
Yes.
You can see the car coming to your house. So the app is very easy to use. First of all, it had pictures, since we shopped there enough. It had pictures of everything we previously ordered in our life.
Sweet.
And then every time you order something else, it stays on the list. So it was super simple. We ordered everything. It came. I love it. But then I realized that's why millennials don't know where things are, because they're probably doing a lot of online shopping. It doesn't matter. You don't need to tell them what aisle it's in.
Oh, that is so enlightening. You're exactly right. If you're ordering everything off the app, or
you don't need to tell them it's on aisle 7 on the left side near the bottom.
Wow. Now, can you see yourself doing this more and more? And I must interject that
yes,
going to the grocery store is kind of a little event for the OH&I. We look forward to it.
I sort of do, but I say this is so easy. And what cracked me up was they delivered it in the same, speaking of plastic bags bags that they use at the store. So it's so funny. It looks like your order. I mean, it's all in different plastic bags. It doesn't come in a box or a bin or.
Oh, that is interesting.
Yeah, I can see really, really using it and then saving the grocery times for when you want to pick out meat or
you're in the mood
browse. I mean, it is fun to browse. I agree, it is fun to browse, but I think this has been great to get your basics.
Wow. And can you get it that same day, or do you have to schedule it?
I think not right now. You probably can't. It depends on. Usually by the next day or the day after.
All right.
So I'm delighted with it. So it got me to thinking, that's why you just put it in. So I never need to worry about like where marshmallows are again. I'll just click the picture of the marshmallow bag.
Wow. I may have to try this. I don't know. Do they accept AOL as your email? It may be leery of us.
You could be the first person on their list to have it.
That's true. So how have you been doing?
Are you still having a week of it? Are we still on your week?
Yeah, but I may just stop and listen to your week for a while.
If you have one more thing, that'd be. I'm really enjoying this. Your week has been fun.
Well, all right. I'll do maybe one or two that kind of combine sitting around chatting with the parents of the new little baby in Chicago. Just 2 notes. You think you're not old until somebody.
So these are your kids. You mean
right? This is our daughter and her husband and baby.
Yeah.
So you're sitting around and you just realize every once in a while you lose your kids with what you say. And did mom and dad, did we feel this way? Did they reference things that we had no idea? One was we were talking about a little darling place called Lakeside, Ohio. And said maybe this summer we will rent ours. You can come up and use it with the baby. And
use the cottage, right?
The cottage, yes.
Little cottage, yes.
And,
near the nut shop.
Gordy is describing it. Oops, I said the OH name. I don't think anyone cares. Anyway, he says, well, it's very much like Mayberry. Mayberry. Well,
yeah, good description. It is.
Very much so. But bless their little hearts, they have no idea what Mayberry is. None whatsoever.
I have to ask my kids because I thought that was kind of iconic.
I did too.
That's interesting. I would have to ask my kids if they would know that or not.
No idea. And then shortly thereafter, I was talking about a man I used to work with at Goodyear, and he had like 5 daughters, and one of them married the son of Sophia Loren. Her son. And he was saying how fun it was to, visit them, and they would invite them out to their beautiful houses and were so wonderful. And God love them, they're looking at me like, who is Sophia Loren?
Oh, come on.
They had no idea. No idea. None. So I feel like, wow, I guess I am.
There is a little bit more of a gap. And to kind of answer your first question, no, I don't think. Well, I didn't know all the stars for Mom and Dad's Day. But
I feel like I would have heard of them. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know, but wow.
Yeah.
Well, interesting. Thank you for sharing that.
Yep.
Interesting.
So there you go. That was my week.
Your week was so all in all. You give this week probably a 9 or a 10.
Oh, I give it a 10. When I'm with babies, it's always a 10.
Yeah, right. And you had safe travels and not too much bad weather.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
Perfect. Well, before I get to my week, I really want to make sure we talk about something which I thought was just fabulous. and feel free to chime in and help me with this.
Yes.
But one of your daughters is married to your son.
Yep.
Mackenzie. I'll say her name because she has a website, and it's called
MacMarie.com. Yes.
Right, and I think most people know where that is, Mac or Mackenzie.
Yeah, it's MACKMarie.com.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Say it again. I interrupted you. MacMarie.com.
Yep.
Fabulous website.
Yes.
Fabulous blog. Lifestyle. I mean, if you want to learn about the millennial lifestyle, she's wonderful at it. And she just has such a warm and welcoming way of writing, and it's funny too. Really good. So anyhow, Mackenzie, and like I said, fill in my gaps, qualified for the Boston Marathon.
Woo,
which is like phenomenal, right?
Very good. Yes.
She qualified for it, and you were all going to go to the race, and the race was to be held. When is that held normally? In April?
Yes.
Right. So she qualified for the the Boston Marathon that was going to be April 2020.
Correct.
I think you were going. I'm sure her family was going.
Yeah, we had our airline tickets. We were all thrilled.
Yeah, and actually you had hotels really near the finish line, right?
Yes, we did.
I mean, this was going to be fabulous. And then we know that obviously was canceled.
Right.
And so I thought, too bad. But from what I can understand from her blog, and you may know more, the Boston Marathon organization created a virtual run, an online run?
Yes, a virtual run that I think you did something with your phone, an app, and then you could record your whole run. That was obviously the length of a marathon in your hometown or wherever you were, and they timed it for you. So it's like you ran it in your own hometown.
Right. And her family, I mean, I really wish we could have been out there. It would have been wonderful to experience this. Her family, luckily her mom and dad, they're in Texas, and her mom and dad's in Texas.
Yes.
And they have friends. They did their super best to create a marathon experience for her, the Boston Marathon weekend experience. It was wonderful. They had like a special dinner the night before, right?
Yes, where she ate protein.
Her mom actually, I'm sorry?
She ate proteins the night before.
Yeah, she did eat those proteins. So they had a special dinner, just like they would have had there, like all got together, special meal. Her mom, I think, rode her bicycle and mapped out the course. They had people standing on the course that they picked, which was like a nice bike path area.
Yes.
So they had people standing along it, just like you would in Boston, holding signs and encouraging. Her mom accompanied her on her bike as Marie Mac actually ran, and every so often her mom would go ahead and write a real inspiring message on
like on the sidewalk. In fact,
so she could see that she would be. Oh, and I know what they did too the night before. They did swag bags, just like you would have received if you'd gone to the race. So they had it filled with all the, I don't know, protein bars and water bottles and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it was just wonderful, and it ended up being. I'm sure it couldn't replace running in Boston, but it sure reinforced how much her family and friends care about her.
Exactly. Her mom wrote to us probably about 2 weeks ahead of time, so we could all write the words of encouragement, and then that's what she would pedal ahead and write it on the sidewalk so that she would see it coming up, and then it was from whoever wrote it.
Oh, that is so fair. And she did really pretty well, didn't she?
She did very well. I don't have her exact time, but she did very well. Yeah, she is amazing. I could not have asked for a better daughter-in-law. So, yep. Nice.
Well, you have two better daughter-in-laws. You are blessed with the daughter-in-laws, I'll tell you.
Yes. Yes.
Three, really? Three. Oh my gosh.
I've got a lot of in-laws, or son or
You're
daughter-in-laws.
blessed. You are truly blessed, but good for her. So maybe we'll have to do that for you sometime.
Oh no, that's okay. But I do need to get back into running. I've been a real slug.
I was wondering if you kept up, because you did a half marathon. Have you kept up with your running?
No, but I vowed I must get back into better eating, maybe only cream sticks twice a week, and maybe start to incorporate these protein bowls. Something.
Yeah. What do you mean by protein bowl exactly? Yeah, I'm all for that. But what?
Well, just quickly, because I fear we're nearing the end. Did you know that Subway now has protein bowls?
I've seen them on TV. Are they good?
They're delicious. Oh,
yeah, I really want to get one. I just don't want to go into Subway yet. But yes.
Oh, you could
Maybe
do
I'll
it. They
get one
got
on
all the plastic. I feel very safe. And they have a steak Subway bowl that is so good.
Oh, yeah, those really were calling out to me.
Yep.
They really were. But speaking of calling, we may have to end this call. Yay for the segue. 2 points for the
Bing, ding, ding. I know.
Right.
Hard to believe we are at the end of our thing. And I hope, you're all still wearing your mask and you're fine.
And I hope you get better. You actually sound better. Maybe you just needed a happy chat.
I did. I needed a chat with my Sybil Mary. So where can you find us, Jean? I'll tell you. You can find us at okboomerpod.com. All our little episodes are there. Or OK_boomerpod for Instagram and Twitter, right?
Yes.
I think, maybe. All right. Anyone still listening?
Well, I think Pat still is. So thank you, Pat. We love you. And everyone else have a great and happy time till we chat again.
Sounds good. Bye, Jean. Love these. Toodaloo.
Be sure to come back to beautiful Ohio and the OK Boomer podcast. To listen to previous episodes or to drop us a line, visit okboomerpod.com.